You're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell. New episodes are available every Tuesday afternoon on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. If you like our content, remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the episode. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter. With me, as always, is my man, Terrell. Terrell, I thought you were in Chicago this weekend. Did you happen to catch Chiefs game? Or just a little work?
No, I left on Saturday. I had to work the Seahawks game. So I left Saturday morning early. Unfortunately, I didn't get to stay for the Chiefs game, which would have been absolutely the best thing in the world.
A lot better than the Seahawks game was.
Yes, way better than the Seahawks game. I actually did go to a Blackhawks game for about like 10 minutes. And then I had to go to work. So I went to a Blackhawks game, though. So saw the United Center. Chicago was great. Actually, it wasn't too cold. It's beautiful. I would recommend anybody go to Chicago during December. They take Christmas to another level. They just like Christmas out everything, and it's awesome. They got the skyscrapers to the lights. It's amazing. For a minute there, I thought I wanted to move to Chicago, and I was like, nah.
Yeah. But it wasn't the normal Chicago weather where it's -2 and snow.
No, it wasn't -2 and snowing. So I think I got the better end of it.
But let's roll into the big game on Saturday or Sunday afternoon. It was the NFC East de facto championship game, Cowboys Eagles. And I'm just going to go on a rant here for a second because the Cowboys, they lost the game 17-9, and it was the most frustrating thing. Cowboys are the most frustrating team I think I've ever liked. Like we said on this podcast, we don't like the Cowboys. We're not Cowboys fans. But to see a team with so much talent just completely waste a season, waste their talent, is beyond frustrating. Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, horrible play calling. They knew Dak was injured. Dak was not accurate. Dak looked very mediocre on the road. The game plan, they did nothing to help Dak. They were running the ball predictably on first down, didn't give Zeke the ball on second down, third down. Zeke, anytime Zeke makes a carry or a decent run, he comes out of the game. I don't know what his problem is. He eats donuts and he sits in Mexico, eats donuts and eats, whatever, queso all off season. So he's completely out of shape and has no conditioning. Amari Cooper, you're supposed to be a top wide receiver. You're a bum. Not in the game on 4th and 8 when the season.
I wouldn't say he was a bum.
He was a bum. So the 3 biggest games of the season, he's had 2 catches. 1 catch against the Patriots, 2 catch against the Rams, none against the Eagles, or none against the Patriots, 1 against the Eagles. Like, you're supposed to be a big dog receiver, and you're getting taken out of the game. You have had more drops since anybody in the league since 2015. That's embarrassing. So just can't catch the ball. Everybody on Dallas dropped the ball. Jason Witten looks like he's 1,000 years old and should not be playing in the NFL. The defense is an embarrassment. Carson Wentz was literally throwing to you and me out there, and he carved him up. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it was just the most frustrating thing to watch the Cowboys. And, knowing the way the NFC goes, the Eagles are going to lose to the Giants and the Cowboys are going to get into the playoffs because the NFL makes no sense. But that's it. Good God. But now we can talk about Wentz. Let's fawn on Wentz because Wentz was spectacular.
Wentz was great. I mentioned it last week that people were crazy sorry, Instagram video went off my phone. But Wentz has been great. I've told people this last week that he's been awesome. He's been slept on. I think the locker room kind of turned on him for whatever reason, for him wanting to win or whatever. And he hasn't had weapons, and people are trying to bash him. And I think it's crazy that people were even in the consideration of bashing him. That this kid was 2 years ago was in the MVP race before he got hurt. Right, 2 years ago.
Yeah. When they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, he was winning the MVP. He was the MVP.
He was gonna win the MVP, and he went back. He's been playing MVP fashion football late in games, and he has done it. He proved it today. I think he was like 31 of 40 or something crazy, like 300 yards. Like, dude, just absolutely in control. And like you said, he's throwing to like me, you, and all our friends.
Ertz got hurt on the first. Ertz broke his ribs on the first drive of the game. He got split in half. So it was like even his one guy that was reliable, he was, down and out. But they did find a little bit of a run game, Philly. Finally, they can run the football, which helped a lot, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Miles Sanders come and play big late in the season. So that's kind of why they drafted the kid. But yeah, it's exciting to see it all come to fold for the Eagles. Like I know I said last week too, they maybe should have folded, hone it in and fold kind of whatever. But I mean, if they make the playoffs, it's great. I don't think that the seeding in the draft is that much different at that point. But it'd be exciting to see them make the playoffs. But they got a feisty Giants team they're gonna have to play. The Giants aren't just gonna give it to them. So hopefully, the
The
Eagles pull it out, and then the Cowboys can fire Jason Garrett, because if they don't, they gotta wait another week to fire Jason Garrett.
Yeah, they're definitely firing Jason Garrett with everything. Jerry was as fed up as could be, but I don't think the Eagles can't win the Super Bowl. They're not talented enough. They're not good enough. But it's a major win if you can win the division with how injured and beat up the season's gone. And then maybe you win a game at home. They're gonna play Seattle or San Francisco at home. So if they get Seattle, maybe Seattle's pretty beat up too. Maybe you can squeak one out and find yourself in the second round of the playoffs, and that's a real, I hate to say moral victories, but for the way everything's looked this season, pretty much a moral victory for the Eagles.
And for Doug
Yeah,
Peterson, some people say his seat was kind of hot, right? Like
warming
a
up.
little bit.
Yeah,
They're like, let's warm it up. But like what he's done down the stretch,
the last
and
2 years.
last 2 years, yeah, what he's done down the stretch is absolutely amazing. And this, like I said, this team is good, but they're just missing some things. They're missing some receivers.
They're missing
Um,
secondary.
missing the secondary. So like, they've kind of have been a patch job, and it's kind of crazy to see that, just blue collar, city doing blue collar things, just grinding out and winning. So yeah, good. Hats off to the Eagles. Hats off to the Eagles.
Hats off to the Eagles. They definitely have earned it. They're definitely not at full strength. Definitely not a great team, but they're in. But let's look at the rest of the NFC playoff picture now. We have 3 teams tied at 12-3 up there. We got the Saints, the Niners, and the Packers. And it looks like all the Niners have to do is beat the Seahawks in Seattle next week, and they're going to be the 1 seed. And then all Green Bay has to do is win, and they're going to get the other bye. So we think Frisco's going to take care of Seattle, right? Seattle's super banged up, and they looked horrible against Arizona.
Yeah, I think San Francisco takes care of them, but I'm not 100%. Like, I'm not all the way on that ship. I'm like,
it's easy. Yeah.
one. I'm stepping towards that way, but yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised if Russell just literally puts a team on his back and says, "We need this win, let's go," and they literally, him and Bobby Wagner, they just find a way to do it.
Yeah.
When you think they can't, they kind of honestly they kind of like this like underdog role, and maybe like this loss to the Cardinals is what they needed to be like, oh, everyone's counting us out, like we're gonna prove them wrong. They like playing that underdog role, so maybe this might feed right into it.
But they kind of screwed themselves, because if they had just won this week, they would have been playing for a bye. Now they can't get a bye if New Orleans and Green Bay win. They're pretty much locked out. So
how does sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but how does New Orleans get the bye over Green Bay?
Over those 3, I think so. It'll be a tiebreaker. It's the tiebreaker going with. Let me see. I can run the playoff machine real quick. I think it's going to be common opponent or strength of victory. Let's see. Tiebreakers. NFC wins tiebreaker based on win percentage in conference games.
Oh, so it's because the Saints have lost to a couple people in the division.
Yeah, in the NFC.
NFC, okay.
Yeah, so that's why Green Bay be the 1 seed.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we got that.
That's great.
Yeah, I expect that. So I expect everything to hold the way the NFC looks now. So Frisco and Green Bay with the bye, and then we'll have the Vikings at the Saints, and then Seattle at Philly in the first round. God, Minnesota Green Bay last night.
I'm not sold on Green Bay. I just want to go on a limb.
Yeah, no, we looked. I mean, sold. Have you seen an offensive line play a worse football game than Minnesota played last night? That their offensive line is horrible. And everyone's going to say, oh, Kirk Cousins, 0-9 on Monday Night Football, not looking good. It's like, well, clearly we were missing Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison. We could not run the ball to save our lives. Green Bay had no fear of our play-action game, which is pretty much all the offense. But the offensive line.
Thielen, too.
I mean.
Like, where was he at? Was he just missing in action?
Still banged. I don't know. He's not in the flow of things again. But great. I mean, our offensive line let Zadarius Smith have the game of his life. He will never have a game better than he had last night. He looked like Khalil Mack last night. Just running. They couldn't block him. And I've always said this about Minnesota. Mike Zimmer has a horrible record against teams with a winning record. He completely gets outcoached. The defense held on for as long as they could, but
Teams got 3 turnovers.
I know, and we scored 10 points off the 3 turnovers. We kind of messed up. We had the trick play off the one, and Diggs missed a wide open Cousins on Philly special. Just
a little touch, just
totally
a little bit more
overthrew him. You just needed to flip it up. There was nobody there, and then they ran a bad 4th down play. But the line was terrible. We couldn't can pick up first downs. And the evaluation of offensive line talent by the front office is horrible. We spent the 18th overall pick on Garrett Bradbury, and he's bad. He's a weak little scrub from North Carolina State, but we didn't want to hold out and draft Mike McCoy, who had the best rushing team at A&M in the SEC in the second round. We could have held out and drafted him in the second round.
No, Eric McCoy?
Yeah, Eric McCoy, yeah. Best run blocking set, it's
Probably
going to
make
that.
the all rookie team or
Yeah,
something
for
like
sure.
that too.
For
Yeah,
sure going to make the rookie team. So it's just frustrating stuff like that. But I don't take much into it. It's really frustrating to lose a game like that. They're going to take the week off, probably lose to Chicago next week, and rest for New Orleans in the third for the wild card game. And then, I don't know, at least it's indoors. I hate playing the Saints in the playoffs because it's always something. And Dalvin Cook's hopefully healthy. And I don't know, we could beat the Saints, but everyone likes the Saints to go to the Super Bowl now.
I totally agree with you there. Playing Saints in New Orleans is going to be crazy. Like you said, something's probably going to happen. So best of luck. Best of luck to your team.
Yeah, no calls because the NFL feels like we owe the Saints after last year.
Yeah. So I think in whole we have 12 great playoff teams. However, it should shake out. I don't think the Steelers will get in.
Well, the Steelers,
I think the Titans will get in.
The Titans. All the Titans have to do is win, and Houston shouldn't be playing. Even though Bill O'Brien said he's playing everybody, Houston can't really move.
They can, because if the Chiefs lose to the Chargers, that they can go to 3.
The Chiefs.
I know, but as Bill O'Brien, do you really want to play the Bills? I mean, do you want to play the Titans again too? I guess I don't really know. Like, it's kind of his pick or whatever. Not really his pick because if the Chiefs lose or whatever, it's not. But I think he still has to play people, just like the Chiefs still got to play, just because.
Well, the Chiefs got to play just to get the win, just to lock up the 3 seed.
Lock up a 3 seed, but like, what if the Patriots lose to the Dolphins? Like, whatever. Yeah. Like, so I think everyone's playing next week except the Ravens. They should be playing.
Well, yeah, the Ravens already said they've locked up the 1 seed. They're not playing anybody. Yeah. But still, and if Pittsburgh could easily lose that game still. Against the Ravens, against the Ravens backup. It's not like RG3 is terrible, and
I mean the Ravens still have the better quarterback.
Yeah, I mean who's playing? Is it Duck again this week? Because Mason.
It's Duck.
There. The Pittsburgh really screwed up losing to the Jets this week, which I kind of felt was going to happen. Jets on that long list.
I will give you some credit here on the podcast. Sam Darnold has been looking very good. I don't want you to gloat too much as I say this, but he has looked very good, and I would go as far as saying this. He has looked better than Baker this year, so they're 1-1.
And he's playing. Yeah, and he's playing behind maybe a worse offensive line than the Vikings. It's pretty close. A horrible offensive line and a team that doesn't run Le'Veon Bell enough. So he's playing.
I'll give you that. Also, you could say the Browns don't run Nick Chubb enough too.
I know, but they run him enough when he's the leading rusher in the NFL. They're doing something right.
But they're doing something. There's something right. Not all of it, but doing something right. But yeah, I would say Sam has looked pretty good, better than Baker this year. So with that comparison is going to have to ride out to the end of their careers. I think we're going to have to go look back on this like 10 years and see who's really better.
Hey, how about the Raiders? Do we think the Raiders maybe sneak in? The Raiders could sneak
honestly,
in. It's not the most unlikely thing, right?
No, not at all. And I much rather. I guess I shouldn't. Really
you want to play Oakland. You don't want to play.
I would much rather play Oakland and the Steelers than the Titans. The Titans are scary. Yeah, they got a 14-3 on the Saints. Like what?
Yeah, and it felt like they kind of got away from their game and could have. And they did it without Derrick Henry. Yeah, if they had Derrick Henry, they could have grinded that thing out.
So I much rather play anybody. The Titans already beat us this year too. So I don't know. Like the NFC is not easy either, but the AFC is definitely not easy either. Those wildcard teams are really good. So the playoffs are going to be exciting. I'm excited for it. We finally have I honestly, the weakest league is the NFC West by far in the playoffs.
You mean the NFC East, the Eagles?
NFC East, sorry. NFC East.
And it's only a team that's been in the playoffs the last 2 years and won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Exactly. So who knows what they do when they get in the playoffs? They might have that playoff mojo and beat somebody in the first round and shake things up. So it's going to be exciting to see. I'm excited about the playoffs. You want to get to our other playoffs we got here, the college football playoffs?
Yeah, let's get to college football playoffs. They're finally here. The semifinals are on Saturday. OU, LSU, Clemson, Ohio State. Let's take a look at the first game. I think it's the LSU OU game. LSU 13.5-point favorites. I think LSU wins this game, but I think OU gets a late score, keeps it close.
Yeah, we talked about the picks
Yeah.
before the pod, and I was surprised that you would take OU to cover. I don't think OU's going to cover. I love Jalen Hurts, but I just think like there's going to be too much for him. Like
I take the over in that game. There's going to be a lot of points scored, that's for sure.
You think there's a lot of points? You don't think LSU defense is going to step up?
Maybe. I think they'll give up a couple early ones. I mean, with a month off, we say a month, with about a month off, I'm sure Lincoln Riley's got some plays in the book that first 15 scripted. I wouldn't be surprised if OU starts off a little fast, slows down. LSU's up 14-17 the entire game after the first quarter, and then OU gets a late touchdown with like 3 minutes left, kind of garbage touchdown to, lose by 10.
Okay. They don't have anybody outside of CeeDee Lamb and Stingley, whatever his name is, for the corner for the LSU. He could kind of not essentially take him out the game, but I mean, he could do a really good job on him. So but maybe I think this might be Lincoln's game plan here, is to control the ball.
Yeah, just run the ball, keep it out of Joe's hands.
Keep it out of LSU's hands, and then maybe you're right. Maybe they don't even get the ball enough to really get up, 14 points or whatever. Unless they strike like lightning, so which they can do
easily.
And
LSU's back's banged. He hurt himself in practice, and he's gonna play.
What I even know I said, but he has two last names, but I don't know how to say it. That guy.
Yeah, he's got he tweaked his hamstring, I think, in practice for the game 2 weeks ago, and so he's been kind of limited. But I mean, they said he's gonna play. I would expect him to play, but maybe that kind of.
I think he'll be fine.
Kind of plays into it. Oklahoma's so deployed. Oklahoma had 3 guys suspended on defense because they're having a little too much fun.
Who?
I forget.
Was it Murray?
I don't think so. It was 1 starter and 2 rotational guys. I know that they were smoking weed. What else is new?
Yeah. Dude, come on, get it together. Like, you got your whole life to smoke weed. Can you not hold off for like a month or like be better about it? I was trying to get into that rant. Whatever.
Where's Stephen A? Stay
off. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're hurting your team. It's kind of selfish, right? Yeah. I'm sure there's a ton of players who do it, but like,
hey man, they like to party. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're not gonna. Yeah, we'll save the weed debate for another
day. Let's this Clemson Ohio State game.
Clemson Ohio State. This is the game I'm looking forward to. I love it. I think Clemson crushes Ohio. I don't want to say crushes, but I think they dominate Ohio State to where people stop talking about how great Ohio State was. Clemson. I never bet against Dabo. He's won 2 natties. He always shows up in big games. They
beat Saban.
Control. They can. I feel like their front seven can. Ohio State's, like I said, one-dimensional on offense. They run power O, and then they have Fields scramble and throw 9 routes. If they can keep Fields in the pocket and shut down the little power O run game, asking a lot to shut down J.K. Dobbins. I get it, but if anybody can do it, Clemson can do it. And then, I mean, we've been so quiet on this Clemson offense and Trevor Lawrence, but shoot, he's been on fire.
He's been hot lately.
Yeah, right? And I think they could, I just don't think Ohio State can match them offensively and defensively to keep this game close enough. So I like Clemson to win by 10 points.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I got Clemson winning. I got them covering. I know I've been in the Ohio State bandwagon all year long on Justin Fields, saying that he's pretty good and all this good stuff. But like you said, I don't want to doubt Dabo because honestly, he's never really proven me wrong to doubt him, and I think he always gets his team up to these games. They might be up and down all year, but when they come to these games, they perform all the time. Even when they lost to Bama, it was a slugfest. Like, they performed. So, like you said, I'm not down Dabo and Brent Venables and what they do over there in Clemson. So I got Clemson.
It's just like a complete mismatch for Ohio State. It's Clemson's strength against Ohio State's strength, and that could maybe hurt them. And, I mean, Ryan Day, do we even know? It's his first year as a head coach. We don't know what he's got as, a head coach.
Supposed to be a super smart guy. He's really good.
He does have a face that makes you want to punch in the face. Like, you want to punch him in
the
face. It's right.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not a convincing face, but he's proven he's a smart guy. You can tell. He's got this team up, got him playing very good football. So, anyways, that's our picks for the. Oh well, I guess we gotta go. We'll come back and pick the championship game,
Well,
right?
we'll
Who we
we'll have
got?
another. We'll have next week to pick once we
Okay,
know. Yeah,
so we
so
don't
when
do
we
it all.
know
Okay,
after that,
cool.
and
But we
the
want to see LSU Clemson though. That's the
LSU
game we want
Clemson
to
would
see
be
though.
money game. I think that would
Okay,
be
okay, that'd be great. So
everybody's
cool.
dream. But let's talk about the other bowl games. And bowl season really seems to have lost its luster since we've added these playoff games. I mean, I'm not getting up. We have the New Year's Six bowls on Wednesday next week, and it's just like, ooh, Michigan, Alabama. Okay, it's kind of interesting. Georgia, Baylor. No. I mean, these games mean nothing essentially because all I heard, Texas beat Georgia last year. Texas is back, and oh wait, Georgia was going for a playoff spot again this year, and Texas was a dumpster fire. So I don't think these bowl games really mean anything. It's kind of like, oh, more money. I don't know, just milk more money out of players. Let's just
Great bowl gifts, great vacation for families and people who go in. That's what the bowl games are for. But yeah, like you said, maybe we're
you
getting to
take
too
no
many.
stock. You take no stock in a bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's like a nice little small recruiting tool that, like, hey, we went to Miami. We got all this cool swag. We stayed there for a week. We did this fun stuff. Like that's really what you're getting out of it. You relax, you enjoy. You enjoy being good, but not great. It's really fun for teams who get to go to those bigger, like New York Six. To their credit, they get all this cool stuff. You get to eat everything. You get a great bowl gift. You
But
get
but
all this
no
stuff.
improper
This
benefits, right? It's not an improper
no, no,
benefit.
no,
Yeah,
no,
it's a
none of these
joke.
proper benefits. Yeah, all that good stuff. But
It's
yeah, you said the games are meh, but you get to do, you get to
es-
go to these cool. You
especially
get
with
to,
like good players now are just totally sitting these games out. They're just like,
yeah, they're
oh,
totally sending out there. No,
going to
it's another
draft.
way for me to
Bye.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna draft. But like, if you're a junior or a sophomore or whatever, you get to use the NFL facilities sometimes. You just see new things, and that part of the bowl game is cool. But the games itself, I don't really think anybody's really mattering too much. Unless you're just like want to get some bragging rights out, like, hey,
Yeah.
Michigan beat Bama, whatever. Like if that's what you're going for, great. Like, yes, everyone
I
still
think
needs
it's
to play
better
the
for these
game.
smaller schools like them because they, like you said, they get to go like major city, use NFL facilities, get treated like a thing, and then it's like a big win. Like when UCF won the Peach Bowl 2 years ago, like, ooh, we're the undefeated
Yeah,
national champions. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. That's cool. Okay,
yeah,
you can preach that. Go ahead, do your
but
thing. But yeah. At the end of the day, like, I'm sure Saban's not super thrilled about being there. I think he'd much rather
take
just
the
pack it in,
pack it
take
in and get
the.
ready
Take,
for next year.
go, I think he'd much rather be recruiting than having to prepare for a bowl game that essentially is not going to matter to anything.
I mean,
So, but hey,
maybe this year he might like it because he has got a new quarter. He's got to see what his quarterback's got for next year, just to kind of see what he does against, a little
yeah, that's
competition. It's
true.
not the same scenario that he's normally in.
And then that's what it is nowadays. Mostly like these bowl practices they use a lot of the freshmen. They get a lot of the freshmen a lot of reps in bowl practice and stuff like that just to get them ready. And then you can honestly play your freshmen if you want. They haven't played
See,
all year.
yeah, let's
You
see
could
what they
throw them
got.
out there, and so let's see what you got, and no consequence at all. So maybe that's a good way to look at it. Maybe it's a nice stepping stone to get the leap into next year. To maybe end on a good note.
I
And so
I wish they would just. I mean, let's just add let's just add another round of the playoffs though. We can
no,
get
I
rid
don't
of, yeah.
disagree.
Let's get rid of these New Year's Six bowls and just say
Well, you can still call them the New Year's Six bowls, but you just make them a playoff game now.
yeah, we should have eight. Let's get 8 teams in the playoffs. I mean, shit, we could do 10 teams if we really wanted to, and
Yeah, I
just
mean,
or
this is
12.
conversation for
Yeah,
another day, but yeah, we could definitely maybe we'll hit
we'll,
it after
or
after the year, and then we'll try to reconfigure. But I don't think any changes are coming soon. But they are working on changes, though. That's what I've heard.
thank God they need that. All right, so what else to watch this week? Christmas Day hoops. We got a good
Yeah,
lineup of hoops on Christmas Day for everyone to watch. Relax. We got Boston and Toronto. That's gonna be an interesting game. Both teams are kind of Toronto, man. 30-point comeback against the Mavs 2 nights ago, and then
no,
they came back against the Pacers last night and lost in overtime. Like they're gonna be gassed.
they are. But
It's
that'll be a good game for sure. Raptors being true defending champions and being good next year, even without Kawhi Leonard. So that's very exciting. And then after that, we'll get to the Bucks Sixers
oh
games.
God,
Your
I'm not.
76ers.
My Sixers have been.
I,
They're so bad.
uh,
They're so
this is
bad.
this is a game I really would like the Sixers to win because they're so up and down.
It's
Um, I just need them. I need them to come out and win this game and show us that what they can be and be consistent. That's the biggest thing for the Sixers, is that maybe they have some moves to make and their
At the
roster isn't like
deadline,
the what they like.
I think
But
I could totally see them trading for JJ Redick from New Orleans because New Orleans is pretty much done. They're getting another draft pick. Zion's.
But I don't know if it's necessarily that. I think they like I don't know what I haven't watched the Sixers enough to really know what their problem is. But it's shooting really the
Yeah,
problem.
we need another shooter, especially since Thibault just went out and he's going to miss significant time. They said.
What happened to Thibault? I saw he was in the lineup.
I don't
Not
know.
at all.
They just said out for extended period of time. Who knows? It's the Sixers and he's a rookie. Of course he's hurt. Did we even got to question it at this point?
Yeah.
They're always hurt.
Well, what happened to Zaire Smith, the guy you almost killed last year?
I don't know. Nowhere to be found. He's probably still dead from his peanut allergy that we.
He just doesn't play, or what?
I don't know. We enjoy playing Korkmaz too much. The Turkish mastermind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't quite the Sixers. It's a whole Brett Brown front office. You know how that story is going.
But it'd be nice if they beat the Bucks.
It would be nice to feel good. And then Houston Golden State stinker.
It was going to be good before the whole Golden State thing happened. And then we got the primetime one. Clippers,
LA.
Lakers, LA. That'll be great. Bron, Kawhi, AD, Paul George, all that good stuff. Hopefully they're a little banged up, but it looks like they're going to play and they'll be healthy. We actually bet this game. Pete, you're taking Clippers.
I'm taking the
plus 1.5.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking Lakers minus 1.5.
I don't hate the Lakers pick. The Lakers have lost 3 in a row. Braun is banged up. I don't know how much Braun we're gonna get. I know Braun's gonna be Braun and play through it, but I mean, Kawhi took the day off the other night because he's Kawhi and he can't play back to backs, so they're fresh. I just think Kawhi loves showing up when he has to show up in prime time, get a win, and
Dude, he does. He's a robot. He just turns it on, and it's crazy.
We're the clip. We win. It's just, I don't know. I hope the Lakers win. I don't want the Clippers to win, but I just think they will. It's annoying. Okay. And then the night game.
And then the nightcap. Yeah, it's the Nuggets Pelicans. This is before the whole Zion deal, so this is gonna be exciting. But yeah, the Nuggets will probably run away with this, and we'll all go to bed, wake up the next day. And
everyone's asleep at that point. After enjoying Christmas all day, be like, oh, okay, Denver won, I guess.
Yeah. So, we're gonna get to a couple picks. We got a couple more we didn't mention.
We did not. Okie State, A&M. Oh yeah, picks last week though. We did another 3. We were 3-2 last week. 2 of us, another solid week between us.
What did we lose?
We lost the Bills.
I know we lost
the freaking Bills game. The backdoor.
The 2-point conversion killed us.
The backdoor cover, and then the Bills were right there. They couldn't have scored that. They couldn't get that touchdown for us at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Just to make it interesting.
I needed it for the Chiefs too. So, anyways,
what did I do? Oh, dude, I threw that paper away. I forget which game we lost. You and I split on 2 different games. We both got the Bucks, right? We both got and we both got the Packers.
Oh, no. I got the Packers wrong because I took.
No, you took.
The Packers right. I took the Packers. Gosh, what was the game we bet?
And then the Saints game, and then we got the Saints game right.
Oh yeah, the Saints game right. That was the Saints.
That was a little close for a minute there. That was a little suspect.
That was close. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the other one missing? We're missing.
Trying to think. Another good NFL. Oh, the Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys game. Yeah, Cowboys game. Yeah. Cowboys game. That's what it was. So
not too bad. All right. So we did the 2 semifinal games. You like LSU, I like OU, and then we both like Clemson. You like the Lakers, I like the Clippers, and then all right, we're gonna pick it just for fun. Okie State, A&M on Friday in the Texas Bowl.
Give me 6.5 on A&M. Let's go.
We're riding with our true homers are showing right there. Going with the Aggies, and then we got the Sunday night cap. We got San Francisco, Seattle. We both like San Fran with the 3 points, even though. Maybe Seattle, you could see if playing.
I could see it. Like if Seattle won, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be in the house Sunday night football. It'll be great. So Seattle really needs this game. I don't think they want to go to a 5 seed and have to go to Philly, even though that might be a better road for them than playing the Vikings. Honestly. So maybe that's a little trick they got up their sleeve. But they want to win the division.
Of course, you always want to win.
You win the division. You always win the division. I'm sure there's some bonus implications there and all that good stuff.
Probably. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about? Monday. Black Monday.
Black Money. Predictions real quick. I got
we got
top
time.
of my head.
All
You
right.
got a couple times. Okay.
Who's your
I got
definite? I got a definite
well,
and a maybe
well.
list.
Let's just throw out Jason Garrett because we both know
Yes,
that's gonna happen.
gone. Jason Garrett gone.
Gone. My next one is hopefully Freddie Sweet
Freddie's
Pitching.
gone. Freddie's gone.
Freddie's gone. Who else you got?
I got Doug Marone in Jacksonville gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's gone.
And
They've already
then
showed Sean to
we've
that.
already lost Washington and Carolina, so I think there's
Yeah.
5 for sure. And then my maybes, I think Lynn out for the Chargers is a
Ooh,
maybe.
that's true. That's hard. That's hard. Like off a year
Yeah.
of going to the playoffs last year. That's tough. But I can see it though. I'm not surprised. I can see it.
And they were
And
and then Pat Shurmur, if they beat the Eagles, he keeps his job. If they lose to the Eagles, bad, I think he gets fired. They're very iffy on Pat Shurmur.
What's his relationship with Daniel Jones though?
I don't know. I don't know.
That might save him,
Daniel Jones looked great at sitting off.
I know what I'm saying. That might save him, his relationship with Daniel Jones.
That was we didn't even talk about that. The 4 worst teams in the NFL played each other, and they were the 2 best games of the weekend.
I know they wanted to go in overtime. They wanted to play. Oh yeah, we'll show you more bad football.
Yeah, bad football. That Bengals game, Dolphins game was wild though.
That was
16 points. Like,
who else we think get fired?
Robert Quinn, maybe.
Robert
or Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Okay. No. I think he saved his job. He saved his job.
They're playing hard for him. I agree.
They saved his job. For this year, at least.
I feel iffy. I don't know if they want to move into a different direction. I could definitely see that.
My thing is like, I mean, not who's gonna get better, but like why? Like I don't know. I think you fire when it's absolutely just a dumpster fire, but I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, just
the fact that they're playing hard for him says a lot though.
It is, but it's 2 letdown years in a row. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
That talent.
I just think it's sometimes it's too much just to look for a coach. Anyway,
but there's some good coaches out there. There's a lot of good coaches out there this year. It's one of the few years where I feel like there's some good guys. I mean, shoot, Ron Rivera, Mike McCarthy, Urban Meyer, Matt Rule seem to be the guys that Lincoln Riley. You know, there's a lot of names out there. Unlike most years where it's maybe a little barren. And then Adam Gase, I could see Adam Gase getting fired. I don't know. I think he stays, but
I think he stays.
It's very 50-50. They said a lot of the team does not like him. He's a fake
that's true.
Fake tough guy, blah blah blah. They don't like that stuff, so I could see that, but we'll see. I think
that's it. I can't think of anybody else.
I know we have 5 for sure, and I think the average is 7 for a
7 a year.
I think 7 a year get fired is the average, so we might be a little under that, but we might go over that.
I mean, I think every other team is either like they just hired him last year.
It's a young team
it's just
Flores and Dolph. They love Flores has done a great job with that team. Let's be honest.
Yes.
And then I mean maybe Taylor in Cincinnati gets fired because
no way.
I know
that would be ridiculous though. I
mean we saw Arizona do it last year.
It was stupid. It was really dumb. I think they made the wrong hire. But maybe Cincinnati feels like they made the wrong hire too.
Yeah, because who knows? I mean, it was the Sean McVay. It was the Sean McVay hire.
Also, want to go back? Sean McVay is a very good coach still. Let's not get off that train.
He did a good job. Better. Todd Gurley needs to go. I heard that rumor that they said they're going to cut Todd Gurley.
Really?
I think he's a locker room issue on top of everything now.
Really?
That's what I heard. They're going to fire Wade Phillips, and I heard they would not be surprised if they did not bring back Todd Gurley.
Interesting. Okay, but Sean McVay, anyways.
He looked. Yes, they played well against San Francisco on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean they're still I would say they're still a top 12 team in the league, even though not making the playoffs. Also, Cliff Kingsbury, very good. I should say very good. But
Kyler Murray, a lot better than everybody thought. I think.
Yes, and Cliff. Yes, thank you. I know one when I see one. Like his problem was that he needed someone to coach a freaking defense.
How about?
And then he found someone to do it, and his offense has been looking pretty good.
Most underrated trade of all time, maybe, is the Kenyon Drake.
Drake, yes. Oh my God. What are they gonna do with David Johnson? Chiefs.
They said he's gone.
Okay, then cool. The Chiefs go pick up David Johnson. I'm all about it.
I heard Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, cool, great, whatever. But the Chiefs want to go get David Johnson. I'm all about it.
Please.
Yeah, please. Ballers of the week. My first baller, Saquon Barkley, had an absolutely monster game. Did everything. I'm sure he won a lot of fantasy championships. To piggyback off that, my other baller of the week is everyone who won their fantasy championship. Hats off to you. Hopefully you won a lot of money. That way, around this Christmas time, you can replenish your bank account. I want to give a shout out, Scott, who you said won in the Big Dog League.
Yes, sir.
And then Riley's brother, Leighton, won in that league. My dad won in this other league that we play in. So shout out to all those winners. And great. Oh, in my league, my friend Tanner Hunt, he won too. So shout out to all those winners. Shout out to you winning your fantasy league. Fantasy league, I know it's worth it at the end of the year because you go through so many ups and downs. You know, you question you question why do you play fantasy, and why do these things happen to you, and
it's frustrating.
nice to
Dude,
have
how
a payoff
about
and even win.
I would have won my big money league. I lost out on a tiebreaker, a 3-way tiebreaker to not get in the playoffs, and I was the highest scorer in the playoffs. I would have won the whole thing. So maybe I could have picked up one more the rest of the way. So yeah,
I
fantasy's
just
the worst.
like
When you get nothing feels better. Nothing feels
Yeah.
better than actually getting the reward and winning.
Actually getting the winning, the reward.
Yeah.
It lasts. I'm sure it lasts for like 45, 40, I mean, maybe 24 hours. Because after that, no one actually really cares who won unless you didn't win.
And then it picks back up when you're drafted next year. Doghouse.
Yeah, it picks back up. Yeah.
Doghouse. All right, I have 2 doghouses. I'm gonna go with the entire Dallas Cowboys. Just come on, man. You scored 9 points against that Eagles team. You played terrible. Just everybody on the Dallas Cowboys. Doghouse. Drop balls. Miss. And then the Minnesota Vikings offensive line. Doghouse. You couldn't stop a nosebleed up front protection wise. I know Kirk wasn't great. I know you didn't have Dalvin Cook, but come on, man. Just you got to do something on prime time against the Pack. Show me something. So those are my doghouse this week. It's everybody who lets down, and that's about it. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Well, with that said, I think we're gonna wrap this up. Everyone have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah. Don't forget.
Happy Hanukkah too. Happy holidays, and we'll be back next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Always.
Next Tuesday. Yeah. So we'll be back before the New Year.
Yeah. All right. So
we'll be back for New Year.
We'll be back.
So.